Hi, this is the Animation Fanatic. I'm coming to you live from an undisclosed location in Ireland. Obviously, as you can tell by my accent, I'm not Irish. I'm actually an expatriate American living overseas. Uh, we'll see where else I go in my travels. Um, but anyway, I'm here to review a movie called Starchaser: The Legend of Orin. It was released in 1985, and some of the promotional material billed as the greatest 3D movie ever made. We'll see if it actually holds up to that. Um, Before I get started, I just want to say, spoiler alert, there will be spoilers, there will be plot points talked about, so if you don't want anything ruined, please, just leave my review. If you don't care, well, then keep watching. Or if you've already seen it, yeah, so you probably won't mind. Anyway, Starchaser: The Legend of Orin is a very interesting film, not the least of which because of its animation style, but also because of the way it, well, some might call it stealing. I'd prefer to use the term borrowing, borrows, steals from Star Wars. But let's just get a basic plot down. Um, it focuses on a kid, teen, young adult. I'm not sure of the exact age, named Orin, who lives underground. He's a miner, miner as in mines crystals, like everyone, like all of his people. They've been doing it for centuries. They think they're doing it for a god called Zygon, that they're helping him. Um, and he tells them, "No, I protect you," and stuff like that. But Orin Orin seems to think there's more to life than this, and he finds that out when he discovers a sword, actually the hilt of a sword, and there's this hologram that comes out that tells him, there's a beautiful world up above. You guys have to check it out. Find the blades of the sword, and Orin sets out with his girlfriend to do that. Now, along the way, she gets killed, and he discovers actually that Zygon isn't a god. He's just a first you think he's a person, then later on you find out he's a robot. Robots actually are a very big part of this film, and self-awareness of robots or machine technology and progress is sort of I guess you could sort of call it a theme of this movie. It's a loose theme, but it's there how machines are outpacing humans. Um, but to call this a cautionary tale would be overstating it. um, so Orin gets to the surface, runs into a smuggler called Dag Debreeby, and basically after that it's a lot of him going from different worlds, trying to look for the blade, seeing a lot of cool stuff, and then finally facing off with Zygon to stop him from attacking humanity or attacking the place where the humans live and destroying humanity. Overall, likes and dislikes of the movie. And the Star Wars issue, yes. The film does steal and borrow a lot from Star Wars. There are especially character development, some plot points, some plot similarities, some shots I think are kind of Star Wars-esque. Um, the whole movie has a Star Wars-esque feel. Part of that you can chalk up to the fact that the hero's tale, is sort of an eternal, it's sort of a story that gets used a lot. Just the story of a young person setting out to sort of find his destiny or do something or have some adventure. It's usually a young boy. I mean, now it's becoming a little bit more, both sexes, but it's the hero's tale. You're going to see it a lot, and Star Wars wasn't the first to do it, and they won't be the last. So before you point the finger, just think about that. But anyway, it does borrow things from Star Wars. But I don't think that detracts from the film. Yeah, maybe George Lucas should have sued, but I just don't think it detracts from the overall enjoyment of the film, the entertainment value, um, and or from the characters. Dag is still an entertaining character. I enjoy him. Orin's fun, although I think Luke Skywalker's a little more of a quick study than Orin was. Orin seems to kind of just have a strange naivete from being underground all his life. Oh, what's a space back, or what's this thing? It's funny. But I still enjoyed the film. It's fun to look at. It's a really good looking film, I think. I love the animation style. The plot was decent, although there were some holes. I'll get to those in a sec. Um, it was just entertaining. I think a lot of it rested on the characters and the voice actors. They really gave it their all here. Somebody might have been trying to just make a cheap, let's make some money off of this, but the voice actors and whoever was doing the score just said, we're gonna do our best here, whether or not anyone else thinks we should, and I appreciate that. That's commendable in a movie. Um, yeah. So uh, plot holes, plot points that annoyed me. I think the biggest thing was just how easily, Zygon and his empire, or whatever it is, his forces were just defeated. It's basically Dag pressing a button and they're all like blown up, and I just find it amazing that Dag's able to defeat them like basically by himself. Like Orin does a little bit, but it's basically Dag and his machines like just defeating them, and it's like, well, how did you say you like conquered all this stuff, but how did you do that? And there's a little bit of confusion of like, well, the robots conquered all this, but then there's the governor of this place, but he's a regent, Zygon's a regent, and I get a little confused with like some of the characters and what's what. Just some plot stuff that I got a little confused about. The sword was a little bit odd. I can't really. It worked at moments and it didn't work, and then Orin, like, he's the blade and he can just create it here, and then he heals his little brother's eyes, and that's just like, I didn't really get that. The theory I have about the sword is that it only works for noble purposes. It's sort of omniscient, or it knows when it needs to work and when it doesn't, or it can. I don't know. It's a little confusing. It's not really done. That part of it's not done too well. But these are minor. One more thing. As I said, Orin's girlfriend gets killed, but then he later falls in love with this other girl who. But it's just. It's a little too fast. I mean, it's just like they just meet, and this whole movie, I'm assuming, takes place over the course of just a couple of days, or even just a day. I mean, it's like, geez, all this happened in like 24 hours. You must all be exhausted. But it's kind of annoying how fast it happens. It's just not. I just didn't care for it that much. It happened too quickly, and Orin's still remembering his old girlfriend even to near the end of the movie. So it's just like, that just happened way too fast, just for my taste. But again, this didn't detract from the movie. I still enjoyed it. It was still a fun and enjoyable film. It was just overall entertaining to see. It was cool to watch. It was cool to look at. It was. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. I'd recommend it for anybody. Maybe not for younger children. I think it's rated PG, but I'd almost say it's a PG-13. It's darker. It's more violent than your typical animated film, especially today. Which isn't a bad thing, but I just think, yeah, there is cussing in it. So if you don't want your younger kids hearing that, you don't want to show this to them. And also, I might even say it just deserves to be kept away from some kids because of it. There was a pedophilia joke in there. I don't know if kids would actually get it, but it's. Yeah, but as the Space Arabs would say, it's sand in the wind, or whatever. So yeah, that's Starchaser: The Legend of Orin. That's my thoughts. Do you like it? Have you ever seen it? Did you enjoy it? What do you think about its borrowing from Star Wars? Does that detract? Does that help? Let me know. I'm interested to see what you think. Yeah, so I'll be coming back with more reviews, and we'll just see where this whole thing takes us. Have a nice time. I'll see you later.